can't listen to that whole 2 minutes again. I've done it enough tonight. So it's fucking great, but I was sitting here. I can't do it again. Folks, we're back. A little later than expected. As you see, Bobby is still enjoying his. Is it dinner you're having there, Bob? How would you describe that? I don't want to step on your territory there. What would you say you're eating there? What meal?
Yeah, I would just had some cereal because I knew we'd be out of here kind of late. I ate lunch late, so I just.
We'd be out of here late, like we're fucking working a live show, like we're on the stage,
I'm gonna finish it though.
The restaurants won't be open when we get out of the building, Bob.
Yeah,
good call.
Exactly.
Good preparation, pal.
I housed 2 tacos because I knew the eating was Bob's bit, so I wanted to get all my food in before we jumped on.
Well, that's fair. Oracle, you have your own dinner arrangements.
Oh, I've got dinner arriving here in about 5 minutes.
So, at some point, Oracle may be making his picks via the private chat while he enjoys his dinner, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But, it feels, in a strange way, this feels fitting for the TNA draft, doesn't it? This kind of sort of chaos and poor preparation and,
ill-advised move to Monday nights.
All-time great TNA moment. The Mike tonight having to deliver.
Emails,
do you remember Mike having to deliver that? Like, great news. We're headed back to Thursdays. You've asked for it. We're back. That's an incredible bit, man. Poor dude. He had to put up with some shit. Alex, how are you this evening?
Boys, I'm good. It's all this TNA. It feels like I'm back in college at the prestigious University of North Texas on a Thursday night with my roommate, Zach. We would always get food and gather around, turn on Spike TV. Still remember the entrance theme to Thursday Night Impact. And I'm excited. You guys have been gracious to have me on several times for Grin Grappler and also just popping in to shoot the shit. I'm very excited, not only for what I've lined up, but spent some good amount of time working today. I'm just really excited to see what you all have prepared as well.
You're going to see some things in that regard. Let's have a little look at the chat here. Some excitement. One thing that is interesting that our pal Bangers brings up is like everyone has a different era that they tried to like TNA, So everyone's got a different read on it, Because if some people would do a draft and they'd be like, "Give me Ace Austin," It's a different time now. I don't know if that's going to happen tonight.
I don't know if I have anyone from after 2007.
Yeah, so it's different approaches and all that kind of thing. So basically, I guess I should explain the rules. That'd be important, I guess, right? So here's the deal, folks. If they made an appearance in TNA, they're available, they're eligible. However, there's a key point there. That appearance, that performance, whenever it was they showed up in TNA, that is the version you're drafting. Now, if it's a guy who was in TNA for 10 years, you can pick your preferred version. We can assume it. It doesn't have to be a hard, firm rule. You are not drafting on their TNA run, but you are picking that version that stopped through. So basically what I'm saying is you don't have to not pick CM Punk because he had a nothing run in TNA. But if you pick him, you're getting the version of him that was either 2003, 2004, whenever he left, whatever that was. So that's basically how it works. If you pick Ric Flair, you're picking 2010 Ric Flair. For better or worse, that's what you're getting. Savage, you're picking 2004 Andy. So you get the idea. That makes sense, guys?
Yeah.
Oracle with a sort of unsure look to the sky there that's concerned me.
Had 2 questions. I think we clarified this last time to make sure. Tag teams don't count as one. We're drafting individuals, correct?
We're going to draft individuals, yeah.
Okay.
That's the right play, yeah.
And then did they have to have wrestled, or did they just have to have appeared on a TNA promoted show?
I think appearance is fine, because again, that's the version you're getting. So if there's a great loophole, I respect it, honestly, and I encourage it. So no, it doesn't have to be a wrestler. If they appeared on a TNA show, other than there's one loophole that I will not accept, I'm going to make this clear ruling now. No, you cannot pick Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't care what Hall of Fame video he sent in. They had to have been, in the vicinity of the great event. I think makes sense, right? Because that could be a dangerous. Bob was already, his eyebrows went up. He's ready to go. Or one eyebrow, I guess, would be more fitting. But yes. Any other questions, or is that the right kind of? Have we got this? Do we know where we're going here? We've got 20 years of impact to work through.
Is there any requirements? You have to have X amount of women, X amount of men.
I don't think so. I think we just let everyone build as they want. Obviously, people are going to vote on these, so probably best,
If you get the SmackDown, the cruiserweights are exclusive. If you get Raw, the women's division or the Diva division is exclusive.
There you go. You do it. You can play this however you would prefer. Bob, be polite, okay? Be politically correct. This is the late night grin. Oracle, are you all right, mate?
I'm fine.
All right. Now, for those of you who don't know, here on the late sounded like the voice of a man who's fine, of course. Goes down on the late night grin. Every Thursday we've been doing an annual draft, or we've just started anyway, over on the flagship behind the paywall. Myself, Bob, Oracle, and Shoot. So it does make sense. We're going to do snake draft here. It makes sense to give Alex the choice whether he wants to go first or if you would like to go the end of round 1, start of round 2. So basically, do you want pick 1 and 8 or pick 4 and 5? Which would you prefer? And then we'll shape this order from there. Alex, which would you prefer?
I'll do 4 and 5.
Okay. Bob, would you agree that it is only right, even though you beat me in the draft on Thursday, which I'm still protesting, the Oracle of Wrestling should kick us off in that that scenario?
That's fine.
All right, Bob, 2 or 3, which would you prefer?
I'll go third.
All right, Oracle, myself, Bobby, Alex, and then we go back round. So Alex gets the next. You get the deal. All right, Oracle, how prepared are you for this occasion?
Well, I'm as prepared as I usually am.
Well, that
I
tells the tale.
worked till about 6 p.m. and I came home and then I watched football highlights on YouTube, and then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a podcast tonight, and I jumped on here about 7:57 p.m. and here I am.
You were early, I will say. I mean, somebody said for that. Good job, Oracle.
Come on, man. My work schedule this week has been just like cripplingly busy, and I still set aside the time to craft this roster. Also, whoever's good at Photoshop, next time we catch Devin doing one of the looking up, we need to get the chic on your head and like the Sabu pose.
That rules. There's a lot of opportunities to get that shot too. You're going to see a lot of it tonight, so get ready, folks. All right. Okay. I guess we should get this thing underway. I'm going to try and update the list here as we go and add some banners underneath. I'm going to keep count of what everyone's got, and at the end we'll close the poll so everyone can vote. Let me tweet a link here. Oracle, are you ready to go, mate? You got the first pick.
Let's do it.
The Oracle of Wrestling. You have the first pick in the TNA Impact Wrestling all-time fantasy draft. You are taking whom?
Well, I have to take the first draw for TNA for me.
Oh,
Main reason to watch.
Tomko.
That is little redneck boy from Gainesville, Georgia.
Pitbull.
By the name of Alan Jones. The phenomenal AJ Styles.
I'm really, as a friend of yours, I'm proud of you for doing the right thing, the responsible thing, the adult thing. I was very concerned by what you would do with the power of the first pick. I'm intrigued. Was everyone going to go AJ if they had the first pick here? I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the best of both worlds, and obviously he's a great talent, but he also has like the TNA body of work that honestly very few do. I'm intrigued, Oracle. What would be your preferred version of AJ? Would it be the young fella that got you into the promotion? Would it be the very funny long hair one that we've grown to know and love in recent years? What would be your preferred AJ? You got like 10 years.
My preferred AJ would be 02 to 06. 02 to
like
07.
meathead, awesome physical specimen AJ.
Yeah, the one that made me want to watch TNA on Wednesdays for like $1, whatever the hell it was when I was a kid.
He was a freak of nature then, bro.
2005, he was like the best wrestler in the world.
Oh, he was incredible, man.
Well, there was another guy in 2005.
Kurt Angle?
With that in mind, we transition to my first pick in the TNA Impact Wrestling All-Time Fantasy Draft. I'm picking a sentimental choice who, at his best, I will hold up against anyone else. Yes, I will concede. that 8 years of his run fucking sucked. That ain't my problem. I ain't Vince Russo. Ain't nothing to do with me. Of course, I respect my own law enough to pick the Samoan submission machine. Samoa Joe is off the board. I'm happy with that, guys. You'll be surprised to know. Pretty happy with that, Bob, is that a reach? What do you think?
No, that's probably where I would have went if you didn't go there. So that's fair.
I mean, you technically get access to 05 Joe, right? Which was a freak of nature, as we've discussed on Grin Grappler before. Again, a lot of his runs suck. That isn't necessarily what we're drafting here. We're drafting the rest of themselves. So I'm happy with Joe. I think everyone always does that thing with TNA, right? The young guys, AJ and Joe, they always do that as like the cliche. I think it's fitting. They're the first two names.
They used to put Daniels in there, but he was already cashing AARP checks at that point in time. So
they did too. That's the best thing about that. And they did that until like 2012 too, right? Like the young guys, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles,
Daniels, who was doing WWF jobs in '94.
Tremendous stuff. All right, Bobby, you've got a great record in these drafts historically. You're up, pal. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was torn between a couple guys. I think I'm going to go with Kurt Angle, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good.
This is very professional so far.
I'm one of those Angle TNA truthers where I think the best work of his career came in TNA. Like, obviously, he had like two on fire years in the WWF, but he has a lot of fucking good matches. It's just not looked back fondly upon because he was medicated.
Well, I think it's like, I don't know if it's his best work, but it's definitely his most like aggressively impressive singular performances. Like he did some shit with guys. I always talk about the match he had with Ken Anderson.
I was just about to say he got 4.5 stars out of Ken Anderson.
He's like one of the most freakish things ever achieved in wrestling. It was outrageous what he pulled off with that one. So I think he has some of those. There's also that famed Jeff Jarrett bloodbath that Oracle and I fucking love from Genesis.
Yeah,
09.
Yeah.
He had what classic one night performance too, where he had that banger with Jay Lethal and then that banger with Abyss.
Was it No Surrender 2007 or something? Maybe
it was.
And you know what's interesting about Kurt too is like TNA fans have a real affinity for Kurt because he never was a guy who phoned it in ever. And look, TNA fans saw it. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. TNA fans saw a lot of guys come, phone it in, and go. Kurt left it all in there for them, for better or worse, he did. So there you go. Kurt Angle off the ball. We have AJ, we have Joe, we have Kurt. Alex, you've got 2 picks here.
Okay.
Where you going?
I didn't even bother putting Joe on my list because he wasn't going to be number 1, and I knew if he was still available, Joe was going to take him. So AJ off the board. All right. So my first pick, the biggest what if in modern wrestling, should have been as big as The Rock. That's the alpha male Monty Brown.
Here we go. Great shit, man. Oh, how.
And then for number 2, yeah, I'm going to stick with it. Let's keep the homegrown talent strong. We're going with the Monster Abyss.
My God.
It's a good pick. That's where I was going.
Famously, Bob once tweeted, the Monster Abyss is one of my favorite wrestlers ever. And we were like so perplexed by this claim with Bob's track record of wrestling fandom. Bob, you must be pretty upset to see him go, brother.
Yeah, I was going to take him. He rules, man. Like, if Kane could work.
Wow, he's got in trouble doing that before, brother. I don't know.
The question now becomes, do I wait down the line and draft James Mitchell? Because that package of those two together, where James Mitchell was cutting promos for him, was just fucking phenomenal.
It was. I think that was the height of the Abyss character, right? Before they kind of made him like a caricature. I know you have to evolve things, but by the end, it was like kind of a parody of itself almost. You know?
It was like Asuka. So like what I'm thinking is like 2005, 2006 Abyss, like world title challenger Christian cage match, that Abyss.
Yeah. I'm intrigued, Bob. Kurt Angle, I assume the freshest version that you can get of his TNA stint, I would guess.
Yeah,
makes sense. Okay, Monty Brown and Abyss gets Alex on the board. Bobby, we are back with you, pal.
Yeah, like I said, I was gonna go with Abyss, but I guess I will pivot here and go with Christian Cage.
Very good pick.
Great pick.
Very, very good pick. The Oracle of Wrestling, you're a big Christian Cage guy.
Oh,
you must be disappointed to see him off the board.
Special worker. Yeah, that would have been my next guy up, but I figured he would go since we're doing the snake. So
He's still fucking great. I'm bummed out he's hurt. I just it's been frustrating how little we've seen him wrestle this year, right? It's been a shame, but he is one of the great TV wrestlers for sure. Tremendous pro wrestler. And he was like, did anyone benefit more from TNA's existence in terms of WWE guys, the way it enhanced their legacy? I mean,
No.
it transformed his reputation in a lot of ways, right? Everyone knew he was great, but he kind of proved it. He could be that guy.
And the Christian Coalition was an all-time great stable for TNA.
There you go. Was that like 07? What was? Give me a range.
Yeah, it
on
was
that. Yeah.
Christian, Steiner, Tomko, and then AJ. And AJ's thing was like the suck up, always trying to impress Christian. He would wear like matching gear and shit. It was great.
I know that Tom and Steiner had some incredible pre-tapes at that time. You know, so one of the ones outside the building when they're in like the parking lot and they pull up and Scott's telling him to get his bags and all. Fucking what an incredible time.
I'm hungry.
All right. I'm up again here. I think this has gone mostly as I would expect it so far. But there is an icon, if you will, still on the board. I have unironically preferred his AEW run to his TNA run. There was a guy who, much like Kurt Angle, always worked harder than he needed to. He will not be playing the Joker in my promotion, but we will be taking the man they call Sting. I mean, that's pretty good at 7, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good. What was the earliest Sting got there? 04?
2003.
My God. See, that was
Yeah.
19 years ago.
Hmm.
Dude just worked off
He still looked like WCW Sting. He had the long
Yeah.
hair, and it was some weird tag. It was him and Jarrett, I think, against like X-Pac and somebody.
Oh, God bless. Bro, there's so many weird tags. That, like, I did a little bit of research on the early years because I don't know a lot of that stuff. Some of the fellas who showed up and worked a fucking Nashville tag on pay-per-view. An incredible time. Now, the Oracle of Wrestling, I believe, I could be wrong on this, but I believe he has just gone to retrieve his dinner. If so, he will either be picking in the private chat in a moment here, or he'll return to the camera after what I can only assume is some sort of conflict with the driver who's dropped off his dinner here. So, Bob,
Yeah.
upset that I got Sting.
I would have taken him probably in the next couple rounds. I'm interested in seeing where you go next because I think I know. If you don't do that, then that's probably the guy I'm going to take. So it's been interesting so far.
Bob thinking he knows where I'm going next while I have no fucking clue where I'm going next is an incredible piece of performance art. The Oracle of Wrestling. It's time for your second pick.
Okay, so Christian Cage is gone.
He's busting out the Heinz. It's a special occasion, boys.
Yeah. Okay. What did I miss after Christian?
I took Sting.
I didn't get the drink I ordered, but that's okay.
There was the conflict.
I always try to give the people the benefit of the doubt. That's fine.
Do you would you be happy at the news that you have 2 straight picks now? Would that frustrate you in some way?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So Sting's gone, right?
Yes.
I thought so. Christian's gone. Okay, what did I miss?
That's it. You're
That's
up
it?
now, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Christian, Sting, and then you back up.
So I'm going to take two people
Good.
who I consider to be good tag workers,
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
but
beautiful
also
people.
had notable singles runs, particularly one guy.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to take Beer Money.
You piece of shit.
Motherfucker, that disrupts the entire thing. You take
Oh, I
Bob
know.
Roode
I
and you
know.
fuck up AMW. I was going to
I
get
know.
America's Most Wanted.
I thought about it, but I was like, I'm going to do that now. I'm really
doesn't
going to make it. I'm going to put a big spin on it.
Yeah, Joe, I
He
thought you were going
doesn't
to take
like
Roode
Bobby
next.
You piece of shit doesn't even like Bobby Roode. He's just lashing out now because he didn't get his drink.
Good.
If you'd have got your drink, you'd have took the fucking Motor City Machine Gun or some shit, man. That
Bullshit.
was
I think
personal.
Bobby Roode's good.
Bullshit.
Tension's running hot in the second round.
I'm just playing. That's a very good pick. Both guys. I mean, Storm had a nice singles run too. You know,
Yeah.
good pro wrestlers right there. All right, I'm back up. This is the 10th pick now. Mind for those of you playing along at home. We have so far taken off the board AJ, Joe, Kurt Angle, Monty Brown, Abyss, Christian, Sting, Bob Roode, James Storm. And with the 10th pick, I will select the first knockout off the board. I'm taking, I believe, the stand of the division for so long. And I know it became a bit of a meme in the end and everyone kind of got tired of it, but I'm taking Gal Kim. If I'm going to do a knockouts division, I got to build it around Gal. I have to. I look at Alex's cell. Yeah, it's got to be the first female pick, right? It has to be.
Yeah, for any type of TNA draft, absolutely.
I was there for how long altogether with both runs? Like 10 years?
Yeah.
She's still there, I guess. She's been there for like 15 years.
Who's that?
Gal Kim.
Oh, was that who?
That's what I took, yeah.
Who-
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. I appreciate that. God, that's a good call. Oracle definitely should have said sorry about your damn luck. All right, tremendous stuff. Bobby, unless I'm mistaken, we are back with you.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that sounded cautious, didn't it? I mean, that sounded
No.
like,
It's
oh no,
it's fine. It might be a little too early, but we'll go with Daniels.
that's fine. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. Chris Daniels is fucking awesome.
He is.
Great pro. He was a guy who TNA, like, he absolutely could have got like a thank you run with the big belt.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mick Foley had to get one instead. Pieces of shit. Do you remember when he had a world title program with AJ Styles and the next month did a job to Val Venus on pay-per-view? Awful.
TNA.
All right. Chris Daniels is off the board. Alex, we're back with you for another double pick, pal.
All right. With Gail Kim out of the picture, it is important to bring another one of the knockout stalwarts to the forefront here.
Yep.
One of the true workhorses in the history of TNA, and someone that I would likely go with the modern version of just because she's as good as she's ever been and can get a good match out of anybody. I'm going to take Mickie James.
Oh, I didn't think you were going there. That's a very good pick. Very high on the big board for sure. Mickie James has been great for a long time. Good pick.
All right. And then for my next pick, going a little bit out of the box with this one, but I think he's necessary. A vet that could help establish younger talent. Always will get a good pop and always going to get a good match out of him. And that is Jushin Thunder Liger.
Tremendous. Tremendous stuff. I didn't know where you were going there, but that is an incredible pick. You've still got years ahead of him, too. That's the funniest part. The classic draft double of Mickie James and Jushin Thunder Liger, folks. Things have taken a quick turn here, as you can tell. I'd say Jushin Liger was pretty good. Bob, top 25 Liger matches.
Trying to what have I seen? The Pillman one and the Tyler Breeze one. I think that's about it.
Do you remember when he just beat Tyler Breeze?
Yeah.
NXT ruled, didn't it? We don't talk about it enough, Alex. We should do a show about that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We should hijack a Grin grappler about it sometime. We've never done that before. We wouldn't do that kind of thing. All right. Alex has taken Mickie. He's taken Liger. Bobby, you're up, mate.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm also going to take a knockout. I'm going to go with Awesome Kong.
That's where I thought Alex was going, I must say. This is where I thought. It doesn't mean it's a better pick, but I did think the natural response to Gal being gone was Kong. I'm very intrigued to see Oracle builds his knockouts division around. We'll let it play out. That's all we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let me update these boards here so that I don't fall
Big
behind.
board.
Not my big board, like the actual board, because then we are fucked if we don't keep that thing updated.
Where's the board being kept, just so I can keep track?
I'll flash the banner in 1 second. Let me do this next pick.
Okay,
cool.
Okay,
so remind me, Alex, I know you took Mickie and Liger, and Bob just took Kong, right? That's where we're at?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, cool. Okay, this should be coming past here shortly. I'm up next. We're in an interesting spot here. I think a lot of the obvious names have gone, but there's a lot of interesting names you can pull from There you go. That should work. How's that? Okay. The spinny banner is very useful on these programs. All right. There's a really obvious name that, like, it kind of feels disrespectful that they haven't gone yet, quite frankly. I know that he's controversial. I know there's a lot of layers to his persona and his existence in TNA history. But ultimately, you got to take Double J.
Chosen one.
Jeff Jarrett has got to go, bro. I mean, it's come on. I mean, I have too much respect for this business to not take Jeff off the board. So that's my pick, and I ain't backing down on that. God bless. What a time to be alive. Bob, you must be devastated right now.
I was going to take him next, yes.
Bob. Bear. Okay. Bob, who was your second pick was whom? Remind me.
Christian,
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Kurt, Christian, Daniels, and Kong, right?
Mhm.
Wonderful. All right. So we have 4 picks. Us 3 and Oracle is now up for his double pick. The Oracle of Wrestling. Who you got, buddy?
Gotta pick a knockout. I think I'm gonna go somebody with modern.
Oh. Go anywhere.
I think I'm gonna go with this version, Mia Yim.
Good pick. Good pick.
Although I thought she was good as Jade too, but I think she's better now.
Yeah, I agree.
Second version, or the second
Second
pick, rather.
version.
Second version. This burger, man, that's something special. God, imagine if I did drugs, that'd be fucked. But let me think.
Rob Terry is still on the board. Wow. Scanning deep in the database is the Oracle of Wrestling right now, folks.
Yeah. There's your
Cool.
meme, folks.
The chat thought the Oracle was going to take Tessa. I didn't even think of that. Jesus,
I for a moment I'm not kidding. I was going to be performative and just pick as many problematic people as I could. I thought about it like Bully Ray was going to be 1, Tessa was going to be 2.
Bully Ray is definitely going to get picked.
I decided against it.
Bully Ray is going to get picked at some point.
Oh,
it's just going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm going to go with another favorite of mine when I was young. That's Don West's favorite, The Amazing Red.
Oh, God bless.
Good.
But he feels like the least Oracle wrestler that ever wrestled.
Dude, I love Amazing Red.
I never know where Oracle's going to go with his takes, do you? I never... Every time I think I've got a grip on the Oracle of Wrestling's wrestling opinions, he'll throw out there one of my favorites, The Amazing Red. It always catches me off guard, man. It's hard to keep up sometimes. All right. So, Oracle's 2 picks. Mia Yim, An Amazing Red. I am back up. I currently have got Joe, Sting, Gal Kim, and Jeff Jarrett. Imagine what they could do without Vince Russo booking them. We ask ourselves every day. I took an obvious pick last time. I think this guy honestly should have gone already. Still, I would argue a top 3 babyface in wrestling today. Had a fucking killer TNA run in the mid-2010s when no one in the world watched the show other than me. The big man, Bobby Lashley. Great pro wrestler.
Great pick.
Yep.
And we've kind of forgotten him as a TNA guy, which I think's weird because that's where he really found himself, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Great stuff. Bob Lashley off the board. Okay. Bobby, we're back with you, mate. Where are you going here?
think that I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy from
my God.
probably like the early 2010s, like 2013 or so, 2014, around
Yeah,
there.
like once. I mean this with all love, but like
Yeah.
when he came back and was in a good spot for a while there. God bless him. God bless. It's difficult, man.
Yeah.
Poor dude. He was in a good spot for a while there. He seemed like he was in a nice sweet spot for wrestling. So it's a good pick. Obviously a major star. Had a long run in TNA too, right? With the deletion and some of the other stuff, and he was there in the mid 2000s. Good pick, brother. Very good pick. Alex, we are back with you for your latest double pick.
All right. Now, on the Grin Grappler before, I have kind of shat on his overall legacy as not being that good. However,
Oh no.
made an immediate impact when he came to TNA. Did their first record number for them.
Oh, God bless.
Was in great shape, and for several years, had fucking tremendous matches and promos. Nevermore put Raven on the board for me.
Tremendous. I love it. Great stuff. Okay.
And then for the second pick, we go back to 2008. We get a dark match from a young man. Has some experience already, looks to show some promise, and I think in the next few years he's going to bloom into quite the performer. I will take Shinsuke Nakamura.
Tremendous. Fair. Who'd he ever beat? Okay. That works. Is there an argument? Raven will always be ECW, right? Raven in ECW is an iconic period. But I think there's a real argument that that is his actual critical peak. Like his best actual work. Because he seemed to have figured it out before he completely lost himself to the law, which is topical at the moment. I don't know if you've heard. He doesn't great. The Jeff Jarrett match is like an old school territory fucking main event.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing time. Okay. Bobby, we're back to you, mate.
Yep. I'm going to go with Chris Sabin.
My God. I don't know how I feel about that being the first Motor City machine gun off the board.
Yeah.
Someone could be a real piece of shit to you there, Bobby. I ain't gonna lie.
We'll see.
I might just go and be a real piece of shit to you right now, Bobby. I'm looking at my... No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I'm going to take one of the great pro wrestlers of the last 20 years. A guy who did legitimately nothing I remember in seeing other than have a fight with Teddy Hart. But you give me some early to mid 2000s CM Punk. I'm in, brother. That's my sweet spot. CM Punk is my next pick. I think he's going to turn out okay. Well, within reason.
Peaks and valleys.
Yeah, man. Real wrestling, the way it should be, Okay. Chris Sabin for Bob. CM Punk, myself, we're going to fill some dead air here while the Oracle of Wrestling gets to the bulk of that burger. They get reset here. Oracle thus far has got AJ, Rude, Storm, Mia Yim, and the Amazing Red. I have got Joe, Sting, Gal Kim, Jeff Jarrett, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk. Bob has got Kurt Angle, Christian, Chris Daniels, Awesome Kong, Jeff Hardy, and Chris Sabin. And Alex has got Monty Brown, Abyss, Mickey James, Jushin Thunder Liger, Raven, and Shinsuke Nakamura. What a time to be alive. What a promotion Impact has been, huh? Bless him. God bless him. Okay. Oracle is still battling away. He's trying his best. I respect it. He's unmuted himself. He appears prepared to step forward and make his two picks. Sure, he's thrilled that he has two picks every time. It's definitely what Oracle needs to accelerate this process. Right, mate? Did it go?
Here's where we pick the problematic people.
Oh my God! One round after saying he wasn't going to do that.
Well, oftentimes in wrestling, good wrestlers equate to bad people. Definitely one of these cases, more so when I pick the era that I'm going to pick them from. Not so much now in recent years. My first is going to be Bobby's good friend. His career has fallen short lately in the last 2 years.
There we go.
But in 2012, world title contender, won the big belt, Austin Aries.
He was great in 2012, man. He was.
And my second pick is a man who was once famously carried out of the building by security.
Oh no!
And works quite the violent style that pops me big due to his unprofessionalism. And that is low key.
Look, man,
It's a banger 2-piece right there.
you can't. I mean, I'd love to argue, but like, you can't. You just can't argue with the actual wrestlers themselves there, right? Especially Key.
Yeah.
2002 low key was like a fucking freak
Oh,
of
yeah.
nature, man. We've never seen it since, you know? Incredible professional wrestler. All right, there you go. The ball's flying past you. I'll leave that for a second. Strong 1-2 punch there from the Oracle of Wrestling. Quite the statement he's made in his intent on winning this draft. You've got to respect it on some level. I mean, you don't have to, but I've chosen to. All right. This is a weird pick, but I'm comfortable with it. I feel good about it. Here we have a guy who had a very frustrating run in TNA because it's a what could have been. He came in, he had an awesome program with Kurt Angle. And unfortunately, for a plethora of reasons we do not need to get into here, he did not get to kind of follow up on that with anything else, which is a shame. I'm taking... I would love to say I'm taking Nigel McGuinness. I'm actually taking Desmond Wolfe. It's important that I qualify that. He didn't have long left of his in-ring career, but the Kurt matches are a real fun time. And I'm glad he got to have those, if nothing else. Of course, it won't be the end of his career because he's going to wrestle Chris Jericho in a couple months here. But, shout out to him. Nigel, one of the few good Brits. There's like 4 of them, including myself. So he is on the roster. Desmond Wolfe. He's on Team Holbert. Okay. Bobby. You back up, mate?
I should probably just take Alex Shelley.
Don't be too excited about your own pick, pal. Right? Yeah, you should. I think you should also be... We're good guys, right? We could have been real pieces of shit there.
No, yeah.
Shelley's fucking great, too. That's the thing. Like, if you took Shelley, I think you'd take today's version of him because he's just such an incredible pro wrestler to this day. He's probably more polished than ever now. Awesome wrestler. All right. Alex Shelley is Bobby's pick, and we are back with Alex for another double shot. Where are we going here, pal?
First up, it's a shame how overshadowed he was as a wrestler because of his finishing move, because he was one of the best TV wrestlers for as young as he was that I've ever seen. I'm going to take Petey Williams, and let's couple that up with I need a good promo guy.
Oh. Crimson?
Let's get the King of Diamonds on the board. Let's put Eddie Kingston up there.
Oh, my God. Being attacked every turn, folks.
I was afraid we were going to get... Do you remember? Do you remember my name?
Got the fucking music.
MJF didn't work for TNA. All right. Okay, we're at 30 picks. Let's let that Eddie Kingston. Remember, he was king when he was with the old LAX, or that because TNA have to change. He's just king. Not Eddie King. He's just king, man. He's just king.
Yeah.
Great stuff. A special time in the industry. Of course, that was when he attempted to murder a child. Which, at least he was on the television show. Am I right, Bob? I'm just kidding around, folks. Okay. I guess we are back to Bob now, right? So let's go past here. All right, Bobby.
Gonna go with a guy who has a lot of longevity. Maybe not all of it in TNA, but he's still working right now.
You know what longevity means, folks? Go ahead.
We go with Ron Killings.
But that's a good.
Ooh, that's a great pick. I didn't
That's
even
a
think
seriously because it's easy to forget now that he's just like comedy guy. The version you're picking could have been a top guy in a fucking any
Oh.
territory. Right for them, he was tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. He has had crazy longevity. Absolutely, yes. Great fucking pick, Bobby.
Thanks.
Deep cut. All right. I want to take another member for the knockouts division here, so it makes it clear that I have not just completely forgotten that was a thing I was doing. Someone who just reappeared actually this past week at Bound for Glory, who did a little comeback earlier this year and was tremendous. Always loved her work. Classical baby face. Almost Steamboat-esque with the big arm drags. Give me Taylor Wilde. Love Taylor Wilde's work. I thought she was a terrific wrestler. Okay, Taylor Wilde is my selection. She was very good, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good. Okay. We are back with you, the Oracle of Wrestling.
Well, Mia Yim's got to wrestle somebody, so I'm going to pick Deanna.
Good pick.
And then I'm going to pick former light heavyweight champion, WWF light heavyweight champion, former X Division champion. Had
Wait, what?
3 very important series in wrestling history.
Oh, no.
One One with Waltman in the 90s, in the early 90s, another with Rob Van Dam in the late 90s, and in TNA with the phenomenal AJ Styles. That is one Jerry Lynn.
Disappointing, the Oracle. Stick to your guns on these kind of things, brother, Last thing you want is Jerry going out there fucking doing sequences with Low-Key while you sit in Gorilla and slam your headset down.
I don't know what you're talking about. He was coming up on mine, and he was on the right cycle when TNA. He looked like $1 million, man.
I have no. If you'd have picked him, Alex, I'd have said that is a pick you would make. I have no problem with it. He's a good wrestler. I'd make the pick happily. I know the Oracle of Wrestling.
He's a good wrestler.
You do, but those 3 series you just mentioned, the one that is
the
most famous.
Great, dude. The Waltman series rules.
Okay, what is your take on the Rob Van Dam series, the Oracle of
it
Wrestling?
sucked.
You see what I mean? Is there no justice here? Have some shame, Oracle.
One of the matches is okay. I think it was Hardcore Heaven 99, but the AJ series I like quite a bit actually.
He was very important for TNA. He was the veteran for the X Division. He had a fucking good run. I'm just playing around. Okay. Tell me what you can go here.
Joe, you're breaking up a little bit, bud.
Nope.
Am I?
There we go. Oh, you're good.
In full form.
Okay, good.
I thought Bray Wyatt was going to break in and tell us to rebel on or whatever the hell.
That would have been unfortunate. All right. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My next pick. This will be my 9th pick. There are some very comedic options on the board. But I would like to make an attempt to build a tag team. These are guys who were actually around in TNA a long, long time ago, but reappeared this year, which would be the version I'm taking. In my view, a top 5 tag team in wrestling history, which is a hot take, but who cares? We're doing a TNA fantasy draft. I'm going to take one half of that team. I'm going to take Jay Briscoe. I love me some Briscoes. Great, great team. Okay. Jay Briscoe is on the board for me. Bobby, we are back with you, mate.
Okay, let's take a look here. Think I'm going to go with Frankie Kazarian, who another longevity guy, was pretty good for most of his run there, and a guy that I've enjoyed quite a bit. Always liked watching on Velocity back in the day, and yeah.
Bro, he's still he just won the X Division title.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, good for him.
Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
The Elite Hunter.
That was unnecessary. He's going to watch this and get real mad. He's going to block everyone that he hasn't already blocked, which means Oracle and Alex, because Bob and I are already gone.
That's tremendous.
Yeah. Remember when he did a flat job to the big LG Doc Gallows on AEW Dynamite as the Elite Hunter? Couldn't be me. All right. Good pick, Bobby. Kaz is there's been a hell of a pro in all seriousness. I think we all use those terms that are kind of dismissive, good hand and all that, but like he's really good. Christian matches being something. Okay. As I break up again here momentarily, I throw it to. Are we back with Alex now? We are, right? Yes. My bad. Alex, with you, right? Go ahead, mate.
Need to deepen my knockout pool, but I think I'm going to wait for the next round to do that because I need a tag team to come and run roughshod on the boys here. With my 2 picks, Homicide and Hernandez, 2006 LAX.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted Homicide pretty bad. He fucking rules, and the team was great. They were an awesome team. Matches of AJ and Daniels, a great time. Absolutely. Strong pick. LAX. Yeah. Tremendous stuff. We actually did one of those on a Grin along, I remember. The cage match.
Oh, yeah.
The crazy cage match they had, and fucking Hernandez did that dive off the top where he broke his legs.
He gets up there and didn't realize how high up it was. He was like, "Oh shit!"
He was a good example of someone who wasn't like good, but he absolutely fucking ruled, right?
Oh, I will not take this hot stuff Hernandez libel or slander right now.
He wasn't like good in the traditional conventional sense, but he also ruled because he would like throw guys up in the air and just sort of they'd land where they land,
He was a local guy here that the promotion that ran every Friday in Denton when I lived there. He was like one of the top stars, and like he would just come and do what you said, just throw people around mercilessly, and sometimes wrestle the Necro Butcher and Masada if it was a hot night.
How are those matches?
A hoot.
Sounds like an interesting mix. I wish there was footage of this. There may be, I don't know, but hell of a time. All right, LAX are off the ball, one of the greatest teams in TNA history. Bobby, you're back up, pal.
Okay. Let's see here. I think I'll go with Eric Young right here.
Nice.
Good pick.
Yeah.
He's a guy who, unfortunately, because of how his WWE run went, people are very dismissive of EY and say mean things about him. He's a really versatile pro wrestler, man. Dude's, I mean, it's all about guys been in TNA a long time too. He's been there for what, combined 15 years or some shit. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
Triple H actually pushed him in NXT. Do you remember the Sanity Act? He was like a major player for him for a while there. He knows ball. That's what I'm saying. All right, comes back around to me with EY as Bobby's selection. I'm going to complete the Briscoes. I'm not going to play with fire any longer there. I think I'm safe, but I ain't going to mess around with it. I'm going to attempt fate. Mark Briscoe is my pick. Meet them boys. Okay. Mark Briscoe is off the board. So that puts us out. Where are we at here in terms of picks? Oracle's up next, right? For Okay, tremendous. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm very confused by them, but you get what you get, I suppose. Okay, I see it. Don't worry. Oracle. You're up, pal.
Well, I'm going to pick a third knockout. That's going to be Tasha Steeles.
Oh, I like her. She's very good.
And then my next pick is going to be a gentleman who, bit of a journeyman, wrestled all around.
Oh, this could be anyone, dude.
Wrestled in several of the big companies, including TNA for quite a while.
Okay.
Very good wrestler. Southern indie worker through and through. That's the great Kid Cash.
Ooh, nice.
Bro, I was convinced you were going to take Slim J. Yeah, pop huge. I'm mad you didn't now, but yeah, Kid Cash was damn good. What show was we talking about? His like SmackDown run? What show
Yeah. With the Pit Bulls with Jamie Noble. That's
Jamie Noble.
How much does it rule that whenever Vince you would see like a small guy, he would just decide they're a pit bull? If they were a good worker and short, there had to be a pit bull. It was the only possible comparison for them.
They're like a pit bull, pal.
Okay, so we're at 41 picks now because Oracle's just started off the next round. Let me put the old banner on here as we just reset for a moment.
What are we going to?
I think we should see where we're at 20 and then pray, and see if we can, because this, their like alumni is incredible. When you have 4 teams,
you get what? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we'll let this go past here. How's everyone feeling? Bobby, how you feel about your roster so far, mate?
So far it's pretty good. I think it's kind of heavy on the X division, which that's when I was really watching was 2004, 2005 around then. So kind of makes a lot of sense. But I have a couple top guys too. Yeah, feeling good.
Fair enough. We'll have a quick reset here because I know some people are listening to this, and I want it to be a completely unfollowable experience. I mean, more so than it has to be. Okay, let's go through the rosters here very, very briefly. Oracle got us underway. He has got the following: AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, James Storm, Mia Yim, Amazing Red, Austin Aries, Low Key, Deonna Purrazzo, Jerry Lynn, Tasha Steelz, and Kid Cash. I have got Samoa Joe, Sting, Gal Kim, Jeff Jarrett, Bobby Lashley, Punk, Desmond Wolfe, Taylor Wilde, Jay and Mark Briscoe. Bobby has got Kurt Angle, Christian, Christopher Daniels, Awesome Kong, Jeff Hardy, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Ron Killings, Kazarian, and Eric Young. And Alex has got Monty Brown, Abyss, Mickey James, Jushin Liger, Raven, Shinsuke Nakamura, Pete Williams, Eddie Kingston, Homicide, and Hernandez. I didn't even realize you had King right before the original LAX thing. Different timeline, but there's something to be said for that. It's nice. Unless you want to just take Conan, which good luck.
I'm not a cranberry.
Tremendous. All right, this has been fun thus far. Oracle has kicked off round 11 for us. I will now follow. I've got myself a tag team with the Briscoes. I would like to add now another piece for my knockouts division, and I'm not loving the names in front of me. I'm going to go with someone who I thought actually was a little bit disappointing in her TNA work, but was always a fun character in WWE. So I'm going to just assume the agent fucking sucked, which fair. I'm going to take Victoria, or I guess I should say Tara. I guess I should say, right?
Good pick.
She was a fun character on TV, man. I didn't. Her matches in the TNA I often thought were kind of, they fell apart a little bit. But you get what you get. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Pretty sure I need a bad match or two, right?
Right, exactly.
All right. Bobby, we're back with you, mate.
Yeah, I was gonna stick with the knockouts, but you kind of took my pick, which is okay. We will.
Fucking owned.
No, it's fine. We'll go with my ace in a hole. I will go with 2021 Kenny Omega.
It's a good pick.
Thanks.
Divisive.
Yeah, it's okay.
Who's he going to wrestle in the knockouts division? That's a terrible pick for the knockouts division.
Well, it's not going to be in the knockouts division.
All right, sorry, I got confused by your tactics there, Bob. A little bit all over the place, That's a great pick in all seriousness. Kenny had 4 great matches of guys who shouldn't be on. The match with Sammy Callahan. Choices were made, brother. That was an incredible artistic choice to have that fucking match in that setting with him. Incredible. All right, Alex, we're back with you.
Add to my knockouts division. Great personality, good worker, could have a solid hand, and just could add a lot to the television broadcast. I want to take Daphne.
Awesome pick. A great character on TV, absolutely. Very tough too. Would do some crazy shit.
Oh yeah. And then still had the gas in some tank and provided entertaining television. Big Papa Pump, Big Bad Booty Daddy, Scott Steiner.
It's about time, brother.
Yeah,
it's about time. Some real graps has arrived in the TNA draft. Incredible promo this time. I will always love the match where Booker is leaving the territory and the boys seemingly collectively decide they want Scott to stay, so they just let him do every move he could possibly come up with at Bound for Glory 09, I think. Amazing moment. Says a lot about how much fun everyone had with him being around. So, and that's the other thing. Look, Scott was obviously he didn't have a lot left, but he tried his best. Right, he would give him what he could. Sometimes it wasn't much, but he would try his absolute best, undeniably. All right, Bobby, back up, mate.
Yeah. Now I'll go back with the Knockouts division. We'll go with Deonna Purrazzo.
I took her.
Oh, shit. Okay, I missed that. It's my bad.
Oh my god, Bobby and Oracle just switched places live on the air. That was fucking insane.
Yeah, what happened there?
Oh my god.
Okay. No, it's fine. I missed her on the thing. Not a big deal, though.
Oh, I think it is a big deal. I think you're shook, Bob. I think you don't think you know what's going on.
No, it's fine. I'm going to go with Rhino. I don't know if he was ever good, but he popped me in both of his WWE runs, and the TNA stuff is fine. You know,
Is he ever seen-
Rhino has some good stuff in TNA.
yeah.
You ever seen that no holds barred match he had with Joe and Monty Brown? That triple threat.
Yeah,
that
rules.
match
Yeah, rules.
fucking rules.
It's a good pick, but like, I just love that the like for like adjustment of I couldn't get the honor Purrazzo, so let me pivot to fucking Rhino.
Fair.
Their arms are the same length.
Yeah. Fair. Alright, it works. I love Bob's running bit of I'm going to build the women's division. Here's Kenny Omega and Rhino.
Yeah, well, my picks keep getting taken, man.
Owned. All right. I'm back up. 12th pick. Where the fuck do I go now? Homicide is gone. Oh, I've got it. I know exactly the pick. And this is going to devastate the contrarian. He's going to throw in after this. A gentleman who stopped around just about everywhere in 2016.
Fucker.
Had a famed list. I don't know who he wrestled. I think he may have done like a mixed tag with Brandy or something. I don't fucking know. Who cares? 2016 American Nightmare. Too good for me to pass up, brother. One of the last real wrestlers of our world. Codeman Rhodes off the board.
Picture this.
Oh, yeah.
San Antonio, Texas, January 28th. The camera pans in and zooms in when adrenaline in my soul and a man with the Twitter name of Contrarian Alex, tears streaming down his eyes, hands raised.
I swear, if I was watching the Rumble and they got Alex doing the thing the dude did when Punk came out, like reaching out, I would just pause the show and just pop in the whole time. I wouldn't even watch the rest of the show anymore.
Just screaming at the ring to his theme song. You are my kingdom.
He's the man. I can't wait for him to be back. All right. Cody, very happy with that. Can't wait for 2016 Cody to work 2005 Samoa Joe. That will definitely go as intended. Oracle, your double pick is up, brother.
Okay. So, Steiner, Rhino, Cody. Who went before? Who did I miss when
Alex took Daphne and Steiner. Bob took Rhino, I took Cody. Bob took Kenny Omega before that. I took Tara. That was all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starting to get down to a little bit of a.
Yeah. There's a lot of names there. It's just remembering them, honestly. And also, it's whether or not you like their TNA version, because there's some big names that we haven't picked that, we get. Oracle, I don't want to help you too much, but Davey Richards is still on the board.
Wow. It does get tough here.
Will Ospreay work for TNA one? The Young Bucks.
Absolutely not.
I'm just going for your faves, bro, Try help. Trying best I can.
Let's see. Let's do.
Oh.
I need a second tag team, even though Bobby's got part of the trio, but I'm going to take the other third. That's Elix Skipper.
My God.
So
Good pick,
Skipper.
man.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I want Skipper and Loki to tag, I'll have them tag.
Yeah. He was spectacular, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He really was.
And then I think I will take. Wow. Man.
There are definitely wrestlers on the board that you like. It's just thinking of them. It's fucking such a weird promotion. You try to go for all the eras and shit. It's odd.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Like,
Take Brooke Tessmacher. Talk about problematic, brother.
yeah.
Wow. That bad, huh?
Her Instagram account is like insane. It's just like pictures of her kids, her ass, and then insane conspiracy theories about like what the COVID vaccine does to people and
Damn.
child trafficking, that type of shit.
It sounds like Bob's Twitter circle.
Okay. I feel like there's got to be another.
I think so.
There's a lot.
Okay. There's got to be somebody. I mean, I know there's a
A1?
lot, but you know what? No. I respect that.
Trinity, Pat Kenny, David Young,
Shane Douglas.
Shane's still on the
Please.
board.
Please.
New Jack,
Oh, bro, that's a strong pick.
it would be.
I think I'm gonna go
Oh,
with somebody who just went out and just hit his shit. I mean, he kind of always did that, but it was just even like more amusing in TNA. And he was there for just briefly, and that's Juventud Guerrera.
oh, God bless.
The Juice.
Yeah.
What I appreciate about Oracle as a drafter is he can't be rushed. He won't be hurried, but he will, without foul, land on someone that actually pops him. He will not rush himself into a pick he's unhappy with. He went for a minute. He was going to take one. He said, "Oh," and he stopped himself. He said, "I want Hoovy." Probably. What years was he there? Like 03 that time.
03, yeah. He might have.
He was in
He might have also done 04 too, but it was 03.
You
In the
think
World X
those-
Cup.
World X Cup. Oh my God. Do you think those times of TNA would be good for like a revisit, or are they so bad that it's not worth it? Like the really early 2000s, before they even landed at the Impact Zone and stuff.
The matches have a lot of value to them. The presentation of the show is just ass, though. Like
Yeah.
with like all the Russo shit. There's some like Joe from TNA, January 15th of 2003, the main event. Dusty Rhodes, Jeff Jarrett, and the Road Warriors versus Triple X and Vince Russo.
Oh, God bless.
And there's like
he's on my
there's a
board.
sequence in that where Low-Key and Road Warrior Animal just go hell for leather, and like it's worth seeking out just for that one sequence in the match.
Okay, that sounds incredible. I need to explore this. Absolutely. That fucking rules. That sounds like something from a Time Machine TW save that I've explored. Okay. 50th pick. Go back with myself. Last time out, I took Cody Rhodes, which is very funny. This time I'm going to take a guy who had a match with AJ Styles that is apparently recommended to me to watch on YouTube every single fucking day.
Frank Trigg?
Not quite. One of the greatest wrestlers to ever live, no matter what that piece of shit the Oracle of Wrestling says. Hiroshi Tanahashi. Oh, Ace.
Go Ace.
For him live the other week. Didn't look like he could really walk, but what this industry is about. God bless him. We'll forever cherish the Forbidden Door main event when the Chicago crowd just decided, actually, maybe he should win. An incredible moment in professional wrestling. I love that, man. All right. Tanahashi's off the board, Bobby. I'm sure that was your next pick.
No, my knockouts pick didn't get taken for once, so we're good. Mercedes Martinez.
When did Mercedes? Oh, recently, right? She just worked there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. It was a couple of years ago, I think, and also last year as well.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Yeah.
Because I remember she had a match with Deonna on TV before the one they had on Dynamite. That was a lot better on TNA TV. So yeah, Mercedes is awesome. Is she hurt? What's the deal with Mercedes?
Yeah, I don't know. She hasn't really been around. Which,
I hope she's good.
all the other Ring of Honor champions have been around, so it's weird.
Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, Bobby took Mercedes Martinez, not to be confused with the other very prominent Mercedes who stars in many motion pictures.
Wait,
And we are
I thought. Wait, I thought she was like a. Well, never mind. I thought she was a supermodel.
I've heard that, yeah. He never worked for TNA, believe it or not. Alex, we are back with you.
Oof.
I love the hesitation being extended now for all of our picks. It rules.
Well, it's at the point now. I know what I want, but I'm trying to win this, so it's there's some confusion in there. All right, gotta get some TNA original action in here. Kind of beef up the X division a little bit. Let's get the original player from the Himalaya, Sanjay Dutt, in there.
He probably should have gone already if we're being real, right? He was big in that division. Sanjay, okay.
And then a guy who had a layover was towards the tail end, but there was still a little bit of flame there. We could have got some mileage out of him and we could have had some fun. And that is the former ECW World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Awesome.
Oh, God bless. I really thought you were going to say Shane Douglas, and I was very excited. But that's actually a good pick. How often did Mike work there?
Maybe for like 3 or 4 months. They did like at the beginning, like this ECW stable, and he was in there, and that was still when he was still working like in Noah wrestling Kobashi and shit. So like it was. I think that's where he was.
Like the who was it? Who was it? That was like it was Sandman, Awesome,
New Jack, fucking just incredible.
Yeah.
Don't spoil all of Bob's next picks. Tremendous. Yeah, Mike Awesome, I mean, we saw what he could do in 05 very famously in the match at One Night Stand. So yeah, he absolutely. It's a shame I don't really know of that run. It was like it could have been sank there, but you get what you get, as we've often heard. Okay, Bobby, where you going next, mate?
Think I'm going to go with a guy who I haven't seen a ton of him, but from what I've seen, it's always been pretty good. Give me Josh Alexander.
Good. What was that shake of the head there, Alex? What was that?
That wasn't directed at him. That was just,
okay, good.
I was scrolling through the comments.
Okay, good. That was a very good pick. He should have gone way earlier. We're just all fucking nerds and hate modern wrestling. That dude's really good, man. He's a great champion for them. Did a hell of a job. I read something the other day about like he's like cage match thing. He's like main events in Impact, like the best in promotional history on average. He's averaging like an 8.5 in Impact Wrestling. Fucking incredible. That too. Alex, who would be your nomination for most prolific world's champion in Impact history?
Probably Jarrett. No. Shit, I don't know. Rude was constantly having bangers when he was champ.
Yeah, I agree. Rude was great. He was like a classic world champ, right? He was tremendous.
Like his NXT run.
We don't talk about NXT enough around here.
It's true.
Okay, Josh Alexander is Bobby's pick. I'm back up, my 14th pick. I'm looking here. I'm beginning to struggle slightly. There's a lot of dudes I can kind of get creative with and pull from, so I want to add another member to the Knockouts division. Give me Jordan Grace. Yes, I'm going there. Bob, don't lash out. Remember when Bob cost her $5,000? Shit.
It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen unfold.
Yeah, she's actually like genuinely a good pro wrestler, but you know, narratives and agendas and such. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Get what you get, I suppose. All right, Jordan Grace is my pick. We now go back to the famed Oracle of Wrestling.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to pick a fella who has not been picked.
That'd be ideal, yeah.
And that is Drew Galloway.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
That's a good pick.
Good one.
That was slick from the Oracle of Wrestling. You hear what they did to him on Saturday, Oracle?
Yeah.
Had him whacked on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
TikTok, baby.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Okay, so Drew is on the Team Oracle. Who else we got, Oracle? Fair. That was a very good pick, to be fair. Took it in record time. This is much more familiar.
I kind of want to get another knockout, but
Madison Rain. Hey, that's not a bad pick. Hey, come on.
I mean,
He's like 28-time knockouts champ, bro. Come on. Have some respect for total non-stop action. Where wrestling matters.
I mean, you're right. She's not the worst possible pick, but I mean, I want to get good wrestlers.
She's a good little promo.
Yeah.
I think. She's been good in AEW so far.
She's in AEW?
Bro, she's tearing it up.
Oh, okay.
Tearing it up. Her and Sky Blue. They've got a lot of comparisons to Ricky and Robert, Really good team. Or are we going to take Shane Douglas or not?
Don't make me. Please.
Chase Stevens, Andy Douglas, the Naturals.
Hey, the Naturals are a tag team. Do you ever disparage them?
Do you remember?
I saw them have a bloodbath, brother, at the Cleveland Guard Armory in Cleveland, Tennessee.
You
That's
blood
awesome.
all
over the building.
Have you ever seen that match? It's like it might be Tennessee or Georgia. It's somewhere in the South, where it's fucking Gulak and Thatcher against Chase Owens and Cassidy Riley, and they're doing like their work, like it's Thatcher working like an '80s Memphis heel. It's just tremendous.
That sounds incredible.
I love Tim Thatcher. I can't wait for him back in WWE as one of Bray Wyatt's merry men.
My brother Timothy.
Do you guys remember when Shane Douglas did the angle with Chris Daniels, where it was like, if Shane won, he would take Chris's spot on the roster? in 2009.
You know what? I'm gonna pull from the chat because I actually enjoyed him. I'm gonna take Booker T. I liked his matches with AJ.
Bro,
as a
this
promo,
deep in the draft, that's a good pick. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And he rules.
Oh, absolutely. He's probably tearing it up on
I mean,
his
matches with AJ are pretty good. Everything else basically sucked, but it's Booker. He fucking rules. And I'm legitimately turning on NXT after this show and listening to his commentary.
Oh, but you got him at 57. I mean, you can't really argue with that, right? I mean, that's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
The matches with Joe did fucking suck. What are you going to do? Remember that shitty match they had in the cage where they had like weapons tied to the cage?
I never saw the Joe series.
Oh, lucky you.
I saw the AJ matches.
The thing that rules about that series is Booker talks about on his podcast like they was like incredible matches. Went down to TNA, tore up with the big man. We had great chemistry, Joe and I. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, really? Those matches fucking sucked.
Booker rules, man.
He really does. The way he talks about himself as a wrestler is what every wrestler should aspire to. It's incredible stuff. Okay. Booker T is off the board. Again, at this deep in the game, you can't argue with that. 57. Okay, I'm back up here. 58 pick. My 15th pick. Mathematics are correct. I'm beginning to lose hope. I'm looking at the professional wrestlers left on this list in front of me, and I am not encouraged, to say the least. However, no. Oh, fuck it. This guy did a few things for them. He's one of my favorites, so I feel this is a steal this late, regardless of what he did or didn't do in TNA. Give me Steve Corino. I fucking love Steve Corino. Real wrestler. He's on the team.
Real graps.
He was the man.
Oh, yeah.
How many spots did he do for them? Do you know, like a handful?
Yeah,
Early
it wasn't
2000s?
many because that was. I think that's when MLW was. I can't remember when their like hottest was, because that I don't know if you know, like he was the Extreme Horseman was his stable,
Oh
and
yeah,
they had that. Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I think it was because he was still like blonde Carino, right? It wasn't
hmm
big lad
And that was
Carino.
also because I heard Jeff talking about on his podcast. He's basically said that they wanted Carino to be one of their main guys,
Hmm.
but he said the dates with Japan were a big problem too, because obviously they were doing weekly, right, which was very different to a lot of the.
Yeah,
TNA was running weekly, and he could only make like one a month or something. He was doing
Carino's one
0-1.
of those guys that is kind of funny. Like he's pretty. I mean, he's pretty noteworthy in America, but like he really was like a star for 0-1 in Japan, like cover of
Yeah,
magazines and shit.
he's definitely a guy who I think if he comes in a different era, he's like way more remembered. Like he's. By the way, he had a match last year with his son that was fucking awesome. I don't know if anyone saw it. It was incredible. They went like 30 minutes. It's an incredible piece of business. It was
He
amazing.
wrestled here in 2013 at this indie in San Antonio. There were maybe 30 people there, and like, just it was awesome. You just
Yeah.
and it's cliched, but his fucking bull rope match with Dusty rules.
Oh god, yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, he's the man. I wish he got more love than he does, but some guys
Also,
just
the
come
match where
through the cracks.
Tajiri beats the ever living fuck out of him also fucking rules.
Yeah.
That's that stretch where he got super over was that match, and then that fucking barn burner with Jerry Lynn,
Yes,
where Jerry
The
writes
blood,
die
yeah.
in the blood. Yeah,
That's what that is a great example of because he was like a tremendous heel for them in like late '99, just before that, and they just kick the shit out of him so much he becomes a babyface. Like
yeah.
the audience just grows to love and respect him. It's awesome.
He's also one of the last like, I mean, you have all those deathmatch fucks, but like he was one of the last like workers that has like the leather forehead. Like he's got
Yeah,
that carved
yeah.
up mat up there.
He was a fun announcer too for Ring of Honor. It's kind of
Does he
I mean,
still
I'm
work
really-
for New York?
yeah, and that's like I'm really happy for him because it's like an actual job, like a steady paycheck in professional wrestling. God bless. But it does feel kind of strange that he's not done anything on screen for them. He was a really good promo guy, man. It feels like they would stump. I mean, Adam Pearce, I love Adam Pearce, but he does a lot on TV for them now.
Hmm.
And they've
Yeah.
never done that. Carino, as far as I know, has not made one
Although
appearance on camera.
I feel like did they write Pierce off of TV when Ronda like?
Yeah, I don't think he's been on since then.
But he, to be clear, I'm not knocking him. I love him, Pierce, but he
Mhm.
Oh
was
yeah,
on.
Pierce.
Was
Yeah,
he was
Pierce.
on like every week?
Pierce is a good
Yeah.
promo too.
Yeah, he's
Carino
another
has,
guy.
like-
I mean, different era,
Carino has one of my favorite extra stories ever. Was they brought him in like after ECW went up to do like a dark match in Philly and just cut his legs off immediately. Like, don't play
Yeah.
to the crowd, don't do that. And they said like come back for SmackDown, and he's like, I know this isn't going to lead to anything, so he said he brought Tupperware with him and just loaded it with catering.
Tremendous.
That
You can only
rule.
respect that. You can only respect that. Okay. Bobby, we are back with you, mate.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I already have Jeff Hardy. I'm going to take Matt Hardy. I think his TNA run, it's unique. I don't love all the broken stuff and all that, but it was something different. And at the time, it was pretty cool.
Big
It
money
was
Matt.
probably the last time that wasn't, the AEW thing was its own thing, but like where they on their own was like kind of relevant. It was probably when
Yeah.
they were doing the Broken Universe, right?
Mhm.
Which is honestly kind of a shame because I think the last few years has probably been some of their most consistent programming in the last decade. But unfortunately, consistent programming doesn't get you people watching, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Bobby is taken. Matt Hardy. Alex, we are back with you for the 60 and 61st pick.
All right. My next round is going to be where I beef up the knockouts division. So for this round, 2008, he's got a bit of name for himself. He's really going to blossom into a star here in the next few years. We're going to take John Moxley. And then 03, 04, had a few stops over, was already at that time one of the best in the game and would only get better from there. Chris Hero.
Very strong picks right there. I like that the slowly this is drifting to us just popping ourselves with people that stop through TNA, which I respect very much. The natural way for this to develop, of course. I remember
Yeah, I
there was
wanted
a
to do,
lot
like,
of
Tajiri or RVD, but they were both so far past their prime at that point that I'm trying to win this, damn it.
I remember there was a lot of hope that they would pick, not pick, they would sign Hero. Remember when Hero got let go and he really started blowing up, and like again on the Indies? I remember there was a lot of hope TNA would bring him in. I don't think there was ever like any interest from fucking Bruce Pritchard and those dipshits because obviously he never got to Raw, brother. How could they sign Chris Hero? You know, not got the body for it, bro. We got to sign Rob Terry instead and Crimson. I wonder how they ended up the way they did. Anyway, Bob, we're back to you.
Okay. This is where it gets a little tough, I guess. I mean, it shouldn't. There's thousands of people you could still pick, but, you know.
It rules that that's not an exaggeration. There is actually thousands of people we can still pick.
No, I'm going through some of these lists, and some of them are like 400 people deep.
Yeah, I told you.
For 1 year.
2017, I think they said 400 people work for TNA.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We could name probably 15 of them, right? On a good day?
Yeah.
Amazing. What a promotion.
So yeah, let's take a look here.
While Bobby fills dead air, we'll run the old banner around the screen. This is Bob's 16th pick. We're going to go to 20, and then if we've got anything left, we'll just, thank everyone for being here. Bobby's struggling, folks. I know Bobby.
Sorry for taking so much time here.
That's fine. Jesus, don't apologize, piece of shit. Tell us to fuck off. Bob usually does his pick within 5 seconds of being asked for it. Say as long as you want.
No, actually, I can take Rob Van Dam. But my explanation would have made sense, though, too, because I don't know how good he was there, but he's always a guy that I've liked, too, so.
He was
great ass.
He was fine, right? Didn't he have like a couple good matches, I'm sure?
Probably.
He didn't say care much, was what I kind of gathered from his run.
There's another one of those, it makes no sense, it's as good as it is. Him, Anderson, and Jeff Hardy had a triple threat at Slammiversary 2012 that just is like mind-blowingly good for who's involved.
That shows like a bizarre outlier in the history of the world,
Who?
Yeah.
Everything's just good on it. Anderson, Bob Van Dam, and Jeff Hardy, triple threat. And it was a match where like the booking team was like, wait, we haven't booked Jeff, Van Dam, or Anderson. Well, holy shit, let's do ourselves a three-way dance, bro. That'll be fine. Incredible show. All right. There's still some professional wrestlers out there, I'm sure. I'll be lying if I told you I knew of them as of this moment as I step forward to take my pick.
Shark Boy?
My last 4 picks. Cody Rhodes, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jordan Grace, and Steve Corino.
One hell of a Survivor Series team right there, brother.
All right, fuck it. I've had enough playing around. I'm going to take Oracle's favorite wrestler. I'm not going to let him have any more opportunities to take him. Davey Richards.
Oh,
welcome aboard, brother. One of the last true professional wrestlers of our time. He was fun. He's still good, Oracle. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Heard good things. Malachi Blake's only good match outside of WWE. Carried him. All right. Where are we here? Hold up. Did we? My bad. I fucked up. Oracle, what about you, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take Chris Harris so I can have both America's Most Wanted and beer money.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And I will take.
I love that Oracle doesn't have one name in front of him. Just plucking from his memory. 65.
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to do it, man. What's the fun looking at a sheet of paper or like cage match?
Robert, if I was doing it the way you're doing it while also updating this fucking banner that keeps spinning, I would have collapsed hours ago. It would be terrible.
You got to go through your brain files, man.
Yeah. It's a lot of files, bro. It's a lot of files.
Yeah.
I mean, my internal monologue then was literally, wait, who did I pick? So The last thing I need to be doing is trying to remember people off the top of my head. Oracle's last pick was Chris Harris, and he's got one more. Okay, I'm aware. I'm caught up here on the situation.
I've really, man, it's ooh.
Fair. There's one heavy hitter out there, like an older fella that we all like. And I can't tell if Oracle just doesn't want to pick them or he doesn't, recall them. You're not a big fan or anything, but he's very funny. Old lad, grey hair in TNA. Some good vignettes.
Oh yeah.
Bob shook his head in fear. Look at Bob. Click this, brother.
Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what the chat said. I'm gonna take Sabu.
Oh, God bless.
He did some good shit in TNA, man.
He did.
The cage match with Joe.
The Monsters Ball 2, Hardy, Sabu, Rhino, and Abyss is...
The Abyss feud rules.
Dude, that barbed wire match where he just takes the gimmick and just rips down Abyss's arm.
Yeah.
And then
This
Sabu's
is
like,
so-
slam me, boss.
Abyss is fucking nuts, man. He seems so mild-mannered too as a human being. It makes it even
Do you
better.
remember when they had during the height of no fans and like Thunderdome
Yes.
when AJ had him as like his
Mhm.
like status, like what was like statistician or
He
something
was
or
good at
whatever.
it too, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Remember him? Do you remember
Joseph
like,
Park was
talking smack?
brilliant.
Yes.
A really talented guy, legitimately. He's a good example of someone, honestly, as great as his TNA run was, that like he would have been so much better off in a time where guys could just leave a territory and just float around as an attraction, you know? Can you imagine how much money he could have drawn, guy, like just come in and out, go and work? When you work TNA TV for 10 years, they have to do other things with you eventually. He was
Yeah.
great at it, but I don't know. They didn't get as much juice out of the monster as I think they could have.
Or when he violently attacked whatever the hell it was, RVD with Janice, and
Oh,
there was.
good lord. All right. I'm not going to do anything dramatic or controversial here. I'm just going to take the other half of the team. Apparently, his match with Josh Alexander was great last Friday. I didn't see it, so I don't know. But Eddie Edwards, to complete Oracle's favorite tag team, is my pick. Bob, you're up, mate.
Yeah, I was gonna wait, for my last pick, and then he started coming up in the chat, and then you told Oracle to take him, so let's just go with it.
Hey, Rob, Kevin Nash. Yeah, I'm upset too, man. Ron was one of my favorite guys to watch on TV also. Plus, he's a buddy of mine. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But if you can get rid of the monster, I guess that nobody's safe, right? Or maybe that's the whole reason they got rid of him. I don't know. Anyway, just a pep talk, man. Just gotta... I'm rooting for Orton now. Orton's my new guy. So I guess that's all I can say. I'll see you through the week. I'll see you through the window. My grandfather used to say that. See you, cracker. Peace.
God, it had been so long since I'd seen that in its entirety. It's so perfect.
Rules. I was so alarmed then because I forgot that Bob is now like in the StreamYard and can just play videos. I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Why is Kevin Nash? I was so scared. I was imagining Kevin Nash's fucking cameo in my head. It was very scary, but great job, Bobby. I can see why you wanted that as the last pick. I feel bad now, but someone may have took him, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Anything could happen. All right. Alex, we are back with you. Last time out, I believe you took Chris Hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Who, Holy
we go.
Grail, he has a TNA trading card that I've always tried to track down.
My God. Okay.
Is it? Yeah, Hero and...
Hero and my God, it's Moxley, right? Yeah.
Moxley, yes sir, yes
Yeah.
sir.
Yes. Okay. 68 pick, pal.
All right. I'm positive my knockouts aren't going to go, so I'll save those for last. So I'm going to take the Great Muta and Ken Shamrock.
My God.
That fucking rules.
When are you talking about Muta, like when he did the Wrestle 1 crossover? Did he work in the 2000s?
Great Muta, yeah, he main evented Bound for Glory 2014.
Yeah, that's the but he did anything before that?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't think so, but no, Old Man
That's
Muta,
fine. Like,
there's
rules,
still
yeah.
like a spectacle you can get out of it.
Was everyone motherfucker over and over again? It rules. I was because the Wrestle 1 stuff was the mid 2010s. That was that stuff. So I was wondering, yeah. Anyone
One of the
could have showed
weirdest
up in
matches ever.
2000, brother.
Fucking Muta and Tajiri against James Storm and Sonata.
Motion. And that was the Bound for... This is when they like lost the Spike deal and they had that really strange spell, right? Where they just was kind of floating around, and then they got on Destination America because the head of the network thought they were going to do the same rings they did on Spike, which is an all-time great pro wrestling tale. He was like, well, they're doing $1 million, so here they come. $1 million headed our way, brother. Famously how it works.
Well, in fairness, a lot of executives think that way because they're stupid. But
fair, very fair. Okay, so Alex took Muta and Shamrock, which is an incredible 1-2 punch. Bobby, we're back to you for pick number 70. Oh my God.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna take one more knockout here, I think. It was Serena Deeb, I think. She was there. She's still wrestling. People still seem to like her. So, yeah, sure.
Wow. That seems spiteful the way you said that. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Deeb. Off the board. We have 70 picks. I've filled a whole banner's worth. I can now just scroll forever and ever. You want to make any fucking sense of it? Good luck to you. It's the best we could do, folks, on this production budget. Now it's back to me for pick 71, my 18th pick. To the American Wolves last up, which I was very proud of because I know Eric was such a big fan. And I'm now going to go. My God. The tag team thing without double picks is slightly complicated, I find. There's a team I want, but do I really want to burn 2 of my last 3? Oh, fuck it. Cole Anderson. Even
Good singles worker, though. It comes to it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not taking Gallows. There was another team I wanted that I'm going to have to punt on, I fear. Yeah. God bless him. The machine gun gets work again. I actually picked him in our, just Wrestlers of the World draft the other day, so him going this late was pretty hilarious. I don't know if you heard, Bob. He's on Raw again now. I don't know if you saw that.
He is, yeah.
Big star. I don't know if you heard they did Holy Shit chants. Did you hear that, Bob?
No, I heard everyone hates it.
Okay.
the more and more I think about it, the more and more it's awesome that he bumped for Rhea Ripley and didn't bump for anybody else.
He's a real wrestler, you know. You see all these pretenders, and then you see old fucking Bright Lights walk out there and just beat the shit out of Dominic on TV. So, well, suddenly a real wrestler has appeared on the scene. It's good stuff.
She kicked him too. She just gave him a kick, and he did a whole tumble.
Great wrestler. All right. We continue here. We are back with the world famous Oracle of Wrestling. These will be, where are we at here? These will be 2 of your last 3 picks, right? You're at 18 now. So this will be the penultimate stop to Oracle here with these 2.
2 of my last 3?
Yes, mate.
Okay, I'm going to pick... You brought her up earlier, but I got to get one last piece for my knockouts. I'm going to get Madison Rayne because she's one of the... I mean, there's probably a few others that are better, but...
She was good for them, seriously. I know she's not very good in AEW, but she's also been wrestling for a long time, in fairness.
And I'm going to pick... He was good. He's a fucking piece of shit, Bully Ray.
Yeah. He was... So you're taking, 2012 singles Bully, right?
Yeah, like 2011, 2012. Yeah.
He was very, very good in that run, legitimately. All right. Madison Rayne, Bully Ray are off the board. Goes back to me for my second and last here. See, now I'm in that position where there's guys I want to pick and I'm not going to get to them. It's just this terrible shame.
Mark Andrews.
Don't get me started on that business. I was very mad about
Wait,
that.
tight end for the Baltimore Ravens?
There was many messages exchanged about how excited confirmed shoot and contrarian Alex would be about Mark Andrews being back on. I was very insulted by this conversation.
Andrews rules. Come on.
He's a good little hand. All right. I can't take this tag team I really want because I completely forgot about them. I know I want to take my last pick, so I'm going to take someone with the Knockouts division here. Someone who I'm trying to think of her name. No, we'll take Taya Valkyrie instead. She had a more sustained run there. I was going to take what was Alison Kay's name?
Sienna,
yeah.
She
was also pretty decent too.
I like her. I just felt like I couldn't pick her considering I didn't remember her TNA. It would have felt somewhat phony, But it's fun. All right. What was her Fed name? Taya Valkyrie. What was her NXT name?
Frankie Monet.
Yeah.
God bless.
one half of one of the current matches of the year, Taya Valkyrie. Thank you.
Not, brother. Let me tell you, that bit is too far because you watched that live. You may have got something out of that. Watching that is one of the more incredible experiences. I was very concerned that night about what I was watching. I was exchanging messages with these two fellas on the screen. And in the main event of that show, when Loki threatened to fight that fella in the front row, and I was like, finally, something good on this fucking program.
Shoot then said that was me he tried to fight. And like one of my friends texted me and was like, did you get in a fight with a wrestler? Because Shoot's tweet, I guess, got retweeted enough. Asshole.
That fucking rules. Bobby, you're up, mate.
All right. We can go with someone who probably will be more of a manager, but can do some in-ring stuff as necessary. MVP.
That's good pick. He's very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Pun intended. He's a major part in Bob Lashley, in both promotions, legitimately. He's very, very good at what he does. I wish he was not just managing Otis right now, but
no.
Omos, not Otis, different people, very different. One of them is walking the King's Road. The other one is Omos. Okay, Alex, this is your last. Your last two, right? 19 and 20.
I believe so.
All
so right. I need to round out my Knockouts division. I always found her entertaining. Thought she was a good hand and entertaining character. So I'll take ODB. And then also, this is going to be a who from everybody. But she had a cup of coffee in TNA, and I think I don't understand why she doesn't get more bookings. And that's Delilah Doom. I think she's a really entertaining act.
What year did she stop through there?
It was either 18 or 19. When did Tessa leave?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess
because I know she had a match with Tessa.
Yeah, I've never seen her. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, nice way to close out. Strength about the women's division, Knockouts division. I apologize, TNA loyalists. Alex has completed his draft. Okay, Bob, time for you to do the same, mate. Here we go.
Okay, last pick. I don't think either of his runs are very good, but I'll go with Dustin Rhodes just because he rules.
Well, they call him the natural.
They do.
Yeah, his runs are bad. If you tweet him about the second one, he'll just block you immediately. Which I respect. I mean, yeah. All right. I had to do this last. I mean, it was even going to be the machine gun of this guy. Even with a little bit of puppy fat and those shitty tights, he was still capable of a backbreaker or two. You know what I mean?
I am. I was waiting for this.
This is the right thing to do. One of the greatest workers of the last 20 years. Soon to be top 10 candidate in my greatest wrestler ever ballot. The messiah of the backbreaker, Rod Strong. Very happy with this, folks.
Good pick.
All right.
To close out.
Here we go, mate. Last pick.
Big one.
To close out. An underappreciated worker. Was excellent in the Attitude Era on the undercards.
Oh no,
We're looking at the real deal now, brothers.
That's a good pick.
D'Lo Brown.
that's a good pick.
Final pick.
Checking it. Customary, I respect it. Okay, let's put a bow on this. Firstly, who did not get picked? Did anyone have any put on their board they wanted to pick, didn't get around to?
Prince Devitt, Vampiro, Paul London, and I was a big Mischief fan. She was a women's wrestler, and but she was too close to Daphne, so I elected not to.
I wanted to get Santana and Ortiz, and I just forgot about them until it was too late. They were great for TNA in that sort of weird stretch under the Moore. Very rarely do you kind of bring a team back like they did with LAX, and it actually works the second time around. It did with them. They were so good. So I wanted to get them. I'm not surprised no one picked Foley, but also, like, I don't know, that's Foley, right? I feel like it's worth mentioning him. Consequences Creed. He'd have been a hell of a pick, right?
Yeah.
A guy who had a moment where it like he was going to be saying the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro. EC3, that business, remember that? All Ego, Ethan Page. Who else we got? Eli Drake, star of WWF SmackDown. Factual. Penta, Phoenix, surprised Oracle didn't take them. Yeah, the Bucks. There's a few others. But we covered, I think, most of the big names. I mean, I'm sure I didn't get a chance to look at the chat much because I was trying to update the thing. But I'm absolutely certain there was a lot of names that were constantly cropping up, and why didn't us piece of shits pick them?
Even if I saw Jay Lethal a lot through this, and in my opinion, even if we're like taking out the problematic nature of things or whatever, I feel like his best work was after he left and went to Ring of Honor. Like I felt that's when he was really clicking. But
yes, and I also, I think I'm the only Bucks fan here, but I'm not taking them as fucking Generation Me, bro. No way. That is a bad time.
Michael Shane was a good early name in TNA that went. I kind of half expected Oracle to pick up somewhere along the way.
Yeah. Michael Shane. There's another one.
Wow. An emphatic closing statement there from the Oracle of Wrestling. Okay, fair enough. All right, let me.
I forgot about him, but that might be somebody I could have picked up. You're right about that.
Okay, let me conclude these lists, and then we'll go from one last time. We'll let the people vote. Bobby, please fill dead air as you usually do when I'm doing this sort of business.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was really entertaining, seeing some of the guys that had kind of one-off appearances, especially when they were kind of doing the week-by-week thing. Terry Funk was there for a match. Obviously, Savage, we talked about in the Open a little bit. Scott Hall was there a couple times. Just a lot of guys. We talked about that too, this all-time roster thing. Some of these years have like 400 people in them, and pretty incredible, to be honest with you.
Vader was there, and I would have taken him if he wasn't already kind of in rough shape at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Bob with a terrific filling of dead air. That was very impressive. Good job, Bobby.
Thanks,
All
Bob.
right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read through the roster. I'm going to give each person a chance to explain why they should win. I'm going to put it up on a poll. We'll do some plugs. We'll do some promotions while people vote. And then we'll get on out here with a winner. And I guess a loser. I think that's really necessary, but I guess it has to be the case. The Oracle of Wrestling, your roster is as follows. AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, James Storm, Mia Yim, Amazing Red, Austin Aries, Low Key, Deonna Purrazzo, Jerry Lim, Tasha Steeles, Kid Cash, Elix Skipper, Juventud Guerrera, Drew Galloway, Booker T, Chris Harris, Sabu, Madison Rain, Bully Ray, and D'Lo Brown. Oracle, how'd you feel, man? Think you deserve the victory here?
I have arguably the deepest X Division roster. Arguably the deepest Knockouts division. I have the greatest TNA wrestler of all time, AJ Styles. I have D'Lo Brown.
Fair.
I deserve to win.
That's fair. I can't really argue with that. I guess, two of your points was I arguably have, which, really difficult to kind of challenge that. It's fair. All right. I'm up next. I've got as follows. Samoa Joe, Sting, Gal Kim, Jeff Jarrett, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, Desmond Wolfe, Taylor Wilde, Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, Tara, Cody Rhodes, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jordan Grace, Steve Corino, David Richards, Eddie Edwards, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, Ty Valkyrie, and old Rod Dog himself, the Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong. I love my main event scene. Okay, I'm a little thin underneath. The main event scene is crazy. We're going to get that Cody Joe feud where Cody's going to talk about how he's the modern Samoan, and it's going to be incredible. Joe's definitely going to punch him at some point. Again, incredible. I have the Briscoes, which feels important for something. I have the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, who's good for morale. Roderick Strong does backbreakers. Sting has face paint, and I have Samoa Joe. I have Punk and Joe, which feels like important to me, but what do I know? You know, a promoter would never have those guys on his roster and not book them in an angle, or promo, or match together. They would never do that. Bob, you have as follows: Kurt Angle, Christian Cage, Christopher Daniels, Awesome Kong, Jeff Hardy, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Ron Killings, Kazarian, Eric Young, Kenny Omega, Rhino, Mercedes Martinez, Josh Alexander, Matt Hardy, Rob Van Dam, Kevin Nash, Serena Deeb, MVP, and the natural Dustin Rhodes. What are you thinking, Bobby?
Feeling good, man. Think best roster, top to bottom. A lot of good stuff there. Still like the value I got with Kenny Omega. Got to play the Nash video. Just had a really fun time either way. But I think we're all winners here.
I agree. The only thing is, your roster's really good, but your big match is going to be Kurt and Kenny.
Yeah.
And Oracle may actually have a heart attack watching that match. Like, you may not make it through it. So, just looking at my friend, I thought that's kind of concerning, but that's fine. Alex, you go as follows: Monty Brown, Abyss, Mickey James, Jushin Thunder Liger, Raven, Shinsuke Nakamura, Peter Williams, the Mad King Eddie Kingston, Homicide, Hernandez, Daphne, Scott Steiner, Sonjay Dutt, Mike Awesome, John Moxley, Chris Hero, The Great Muta, Ken Shamrock, ODB, and Delilah Doom. Your thoughts?
Psyched about what I have to work with the women's division. Mike Awesome versus Eddie Kingston is going to be one of my top programs right away. And then I think Nakamura and Moxley can work on some things. Hero and Homicide can tear it up. Liger's in there. And then, just give the people what they want right away. Monty Brown and Abyss for the title.
Oh, bless. Can only respect him. Okay. Let me set up here our poll. We will set this for 3 minutes. I do not know how this works, folks. I legitimately don't know how easy this is for you to vote. I'm going to start the poll now. And please consider your choices. That was fun, wasn't it? That was fun. We'll have eventually down the line. We'll have to do one of these for the honorable folks. The famed Ring of Honor. That would be something. I've seen.
John Walters, brother.
I've seen they did one of those for they officially did one. It was Ian Caprice, a couple of the guys. It fucking ruled because their alumnus is too, right? So that'll be fun sometime. But this was a good time. Alex, I think you probably hold TNA closest to your heart. You're Oracle. Was this a fun trip down memory lane for you, going through some of these old names from TNA's past?
Oh yeah, man. It's they're such a fucking punchline. People forget what they were, and before they got to what they were, there's just this insane vortex of just names and things happening that make no sense. Even at the time, it was like, what? So the trip down memory lane is great, and then also just some of the conversation we have, and I have not watched a TNA show in years, but just the people that circled through, and even they have now, they still have some good talent, man. And they've always been for the most part, a place that people can go and showcase what they can do. It just the problem is the powers that be, or whatever you want to say, sometimes make some bad decisions that cost them viewers.
It's definitely one of those things where even now, it obviously isn't what they'd want it to be, and it's in terms of exposure, it's a shell of itself. But it is, as much as we make our jokes and such, it's a good thing it still exists, right? It's still a place, guys, as you said, go and do their thing. And a lot of guys have benefited from its existence in recent years. So it's a cool deal. Oracle, fun trip down memory lane for you, pal?
Oh, yeah, man. I liked those first 5 years of TNA. I mean, Yeah, the Asylum years were like, just absurd in a lot of ways, but it was always fun to go on like a random Wednesday night and over to my uncle's and watch like fucking AJ do his shit and Low Key and Amazing Red. Uh, yeah, those X Division guys. Dipset smash a guitar over somebody's head, fucking ruled. Um, and then of course the early Spike years were awesome. Got several of the pay-per-views. It was a fun time.
Remember
You know,
Bound for Glory
it
06,
didn't.
that first one they had on the road? That night felt like something
Yeah,
big was happening in the
yeah,
industry.
it did. Yeah, it did.
Kurt would just got there, right? That one.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm.
hmm
It just got there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun time. It was about, I don't know, about 18-month period, maybe a little bit longer than that, but it was a fun time.
We have an incredible result for the draft. We do not have a winner. We're going to be here for a few more minutes. We have a tie. The Oracle of Wrestling are out of the picture. We're not in it. Bobby and Alex are tied.
My
I will
God.
set up another
Wow.
poll.
Hmm.
Folks, I want you to really consider your choice here.
Hmm.
I don't know which way you went last time, so reconsider, reset, think about the men on the board. Any final pleas, Bob and Alex? You're going to let this one just kind of ride as it does. We're going to go for a minute here. What do you think?
I think the viewers know what's right in their hearts. I'll just say that.
My God. Bobby?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, God. This thing better not be a fucking tie again.
Hmm.
It's now beginning to swing violently. This is looking quite dramatic. It is changing dramatically at every turn. We do not have long left, folks. Please get your vote in. This is a very important moment. We know how seriously we will take these things. We've been preparing for months. We learned about this in July. We've all been preparing since then. We've been comparing notes at times, sharing footage. There's a whole thing going on here. My goodness, folks. I'm seeing the results fluctuate dramatically, Oracle. Who's your prediction? Is it going to be Alex? Is it going to be Bobby? What do you think, pal?
I think the contrarian will win.
My God. Bobby, how you feeling? Confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Alex has a good squad, but that's all I can do, man. With God now.
We have a result.
Shouldn't have moved to Monday nights, man.
I cannot believe it, but the man himself, the king of the cowboy hat, Bobby Two Shoes, is the victor.
Wow.
I don't really agree or believe with these results. But Bob, you did win, so your victory speech, pal. What do you got?
Yeah, I just really appreciate the support from the chat. It's a couple people who are acting in bad faith per usual, but we're not gonna address them. We're just gonna roll with the people that are supporting us.
It's fair.
The
Alex,
best part is you did not even have to say that. We knew he hadn't watched.
yeah, exactly.
Fucking rolled when he came in and said Alex was
Did you, Alex, there's a lot of talk in the chat that you was robbed here tonight. What do you say to that?
I agree with that. I can see Bob did a little bit of, he put some effort in, so I appreciate that. I'm going to contest this and I'm going to view this as held in abeyance, and I'm the uncrowned champion. That's where we're going to go with this.
I was going to do similar, actually. Oracle, were you going to do the same? I think we should just all kind of ride with that attitude, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
What if we all just
I'm like 2017 Central Florida.
What if we just never, we don't release the footage and we all just claim on our own Twitters that we won, Oh, now hold the phone. Let me tell you something. Bullets, don't play around with me. If we do some World Championship Wrestling draft, that I will prepare for that shit. I'll have a fucking whiteboard behind me. Ernest the Cat Miller in at 5.
Greg the Hammer Valentine and the Tailor Made Man at 1 and 2.
Oh, God bless. Oracle, how'd you feel about the result of this draft, pal?
You try your best. You come in here fully prepared. and people just don't give you the respect you deserve. That's okay. You know,
Do you think they take us for granted, Oracle?
maybe so.
You know, Bobby's little white meat baby face fucking runs the razor and everyone pops. You know, Alex he's a guest, comes in and out. Brody-esque, you know. And here we are just taking fucking flatbacks on these rings, you know, every fucking night.
Yeah, I'm tired of taking bumps, man.
Yeah, man.
I want machine gun in front of my name. Tired of that shit.
The machine gun, the Oracle of Wrestling. That's tremendous, tremendous stuff. What is it? There's a claim now that there's a refresh going on. This is very controversial, folks. I'm trying my best to manage this situation. I'm not seeing this. It says the Bob wins. Look, folks. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it. I can only deal with the information in front of me.
It's Florida
world
2000
class.
all over again.
Yeah, the world class draft is an incredible bit. Shoot shows up, doesn't get the first pick. One of us takes Kevin Von Erich and just leaves the stream yard. We're just saying, like, well, fuck. All right. Okay. Let's put a bow on this program. Alex, please promote your wonderful movie podcast, The Contrarians. Any final thoughts, plugs, anything else like Pal, cover it now.
No, it was a good time, man. I don't know. I'll figure out some way to work it in where Bob's a fake president or something. Call him Sleepy Bob on Twitter or some shit. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Renee All Day, the new Bengals podcast. Check out the Bengals Twitter account for that. We are thecontrarians.com, at Contrarian Alex, and at Contrarian Prime on Twitter, at Contrarian Prime Instagram, Contrarian Prime Facebook. Movie podcast where we argue with the Rotten Tomato scoring system. Myself and my buddy Julio. What do we got coming up? We've been doing the Twilight series. Talked about Psycho. And then at some point here in the impending future, we'll have a big one, depending on which way the winds blow for Halloween ends. Big day on Thursday, heading to the theater for that. So,
confident on that?
Well, Kills was pretty divisive, and I was a big fan of that. So
it was fun.
I'm hopeful. I'm nothing will ever be the original, but as long as I'm entertained, and it makes somewhat sense, I'll be all right.
Absolutely.
But always a pleasure. Always a great time coming on here. Thank you for letting me get my shit in. And Bob, I hope you sleep well.
Dude's got his own section of Twitter and he has to have them come over and vote for him. Fucking coward. Bob, what do you want to promote, mate?
You watch a Late Night Grin Thursday evening, 8 o'clock. We're doing another draft. Female wrestlers this time. Friday, you can watch me watch Halloween 2 in a very dark room. A room that gets progressively darker as the movie goes on.
I'm gonna be so mad when Bob doesn't like Halloween 2. I'm gonna pretend I'm not mad and get really uncomfortable. It'll be a tough time.
I think that's all the stuff that I'm gonna be doing. I don't know what the channel itself is doing, but
it's fine, mate. It's good. The Oracle of Wrestling. What you got, brother?
I guess I'll be here on Thursday. Got vacation coming up Thursday through Monday. I'll be here Thursday night. Going to finally, after 5 years of moving out, clean out my old bedroom and my parents, and bring a bunch of shit here that I should have 5 years ago. Throw out a bunch of shit that I will do that I need to throw away, but I'm a hoarder, so it'll be very difficult for me to do. But yeah, I'm excited for the women's draft on Thursday, and
real wrestlers, Oracle. That's what we're taking on Thursday. We're picking some fucking real wrestlers, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Scraps. All right, folks, I'll be back tomorrow. Here's what we're going to do tomorrow. It's Dynamite coverage. So we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go on about half an hour before the show starts. Maybe an hour. I don't know yet. And then we're going to watch the show live on the air. Last week, everyone was very mad and was debating Dynamite. And I watched it with Manny, who was yelling, hooting and hollering the whole time. And it fucking ruled. So that's how we're going to watch Dynamite moving forward. So please do join us tomorrow. If you don't want to watch the show with us, we'll be on before and we'll probably be on for a little bit after. So, come in and out. however you want to approach it. So that's tomorrow. Dynamite, first time in Canada, right? AEW's. So should be a big show. I know Billy Gunn's on the card. Luchasaurus in a feature match, and I'm watching the show. That's what I was saying. So that's tomorrow, and then Thursday, the flagship, 9 p.m. Eastern, latenightgrin.com, as we said, female wrestler draft, and then whatever else is happening this week. We hope you've enjoyed this. We certainly did. Please do not leave an extensive comment underneath this explaining who you would have drafted. We will not use that information. We're never going to do this again. So it's really just you're really just showing off at that point. But anyway, enjoy this outro. All how.